Hi everybody, my name is JWO. Welcome back to the channel. I did a stream a little bit ago. I am recording this after the stream ended because my internet sucks. The video is probably going to be really choppy, so I'm sorry for that. I hope you enjoy it. Subscribe to Horror, the YouTube channel that made the video. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. Or if you have checked them out, you haven't checked me out, subscribe to my channel, man. I need new internet. But yeah, so I just want to say I'm sorry for what you're about to see. But it's fun, dude. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Most badass 80s horror movie moments. This is from a channel called Horror. Um, pretty excited about this actually. I want to watch this for a little bit. So let's see what this is about. All right. Okay, let's go. It's loading. Hold on.
With
Oh my god. Okay. Nice. I like this intro. This is nice. Oh. Apparently my Wi-Fi isn't super good right now, I guess. That's always great.
with the 80s having some of the most badass
I can't even.
moments in horror, which
McDonald's
moments
Wi-Fi? Yeah,
stand
probably.
out?
Honestly, this Wi-Fi sucks so badly.
Andy Fights Chucky, Child's Play, 1988. By the time Andy finally stands up to Chucky, the movie flips from terrifying cat and mouse horror into full survival mode. What makes this moment hit is that Andy isn't some action hero, he is a child forced to face a foul-mouthed serial killer trapped inside his favourite toy. The finale inside the apartment is emotional, chaotic and surprisingly intense. Watching Andy refuse to stay scared and fight back alongside his mother gives the scene real heart. It's one of the examples of a
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I don't know if I call it badass 100%, but it is very interesting to see a little boy fight a doll. Um, I can already see that my video is very choppy, which I kind of thought it would be. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Unfortunately, not a lot I can do about that. Sorry, everyone.
horror showing that courage doesn't come from strength, it comes from refusing to stay a victim. Peter faces Jerry, Fright Night.
Look, I'm not gonna have a lot to say about this one, obviously, because obviously I've never seen this movie, Fright Night. I've never seen it, so I don't ever have a lot to say about that, personally. So nothing I can really say about that one.
1985.
Wow.
Peter Vincent spends most of the movie pretending to be brave while secretly terrified of everything. That's what makes this final confrontation with the vampire Jerry so satisfying. When Peter finally chooses to stand his ground, it's a complete character transformation. The fight blends classic monster movie energy with 80s style spectacle, and the emotional payoff lands hard because the audience watched Peter doubt himself the entire time. His courage feels earned and not forced. It's a reminder that sometimes the most badass horror moments come from characters overcoming fear rather than brute strength.
If you say so. Wow. I need new Wi-Fi, dude. Oh my god.
Laurie and Loomis turn the tables. Halloween 2, 1981.
I will say, I don't know if this is like the most. That's 80, right? Yeah. I think it's 1980 actually. I don't know if I 100% agree with this one, just because it's like, um, it, it's hard to say. It's hard to agree just because it's Halloween. Halloween's one of those movies that everybody cites as like their best, or like their favorite or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like choosing any Halloween movie at this point is just like just kind of a cop out. That's just my personal opinion. I'm hoping. I don't know if like um I don't know what's all gonna be on this list. So I'm kind of interested to see what else is on here. I think we're only up to 8, but obviously my Wi-Fi sucks. So like I have to stop every few seconds anyway, just to like make sure that it like loads a little bit, so it will like keep going. Hold on, let's see how well this goes.
In the final heart-pounding showdown of Halloween 2, Laurie and Dr. Loomis finally take control against the unstoppable Michael Myers. Trapped in a hospital room, they come up with a daring plan. When Laurie shoots Michael, Loomis opens the oxygen supply, filling the room and turning the environment into a deadly trap with...
That also always kind of confused me. Why does he bleed from like his eyes? Or did she shoot him in like the head? Maybe, I don't know. I don't really understand how that worked. I don't think she shot him in the head. No, it's mostly in the chest. I don't know. It just always confused me why he started bleeding from his head when she didn't shoot him there.
Laurie following suit. With nerves of steel, Loomis ignites the room and Michael erupts in flames. It's a perfect mix of strategy, courage, and teamwork, proving that even pure evil can be challenged when heroes fight smart and fearless.
It is also kind of funny since Donald Pleasance didn't really like playing that character, so they're like, "Oh, we'll just kill him off." Then he didn't really want to come back for that. Seems to happen in a lot of movies where people don't like the character they play and they don't want to keep playing them.
Kirsty negotiates. Hellraiser, 1987.
Yes, another movie I've never seen, so I don't really have a lot of opinions on this one. Um, I should probably watch Hellraiser. I haven't really watched it. I've actually never watched it. So, I've seen like clips and stuff, and other people talk about it, but I've never really watched it. So, that might have to be one that I watch, maybe.
Hellraiser isn't about traditional heroes, which is why Kirsty surviving at all feels like a major victory. Instead of fighting the Cenobites with weapons, she uses intelligence, negotiation, and raw nerve. Standing face to face with beings that literally represent pain and damnation, Kirsty manipulates them into turning against Frank. It's an incredible reversal of power. The moment works because it shows that survival in horror doesn't always come from strength. Sometimes it comes from outthinking something far more powerful than you. Kirsty's courage feels grounded and human, making her one of the most underrated final girls of the 80s.
I guess I could agree with that.
Tommy vs. Jason, Friday the 13th, Part 4, 1984.
I would have to agree with that. I do like obviously I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan, for those of you who probably don't know. And I could probably see that being one of the top best moments. Um, Kind of like Andy and the doll. You know, you have an undead zombie man versus a child. So, you know, it's kind of weird. But no, it's I think it's pretty good.
Tommy Jarvis gives us one of the most unique showdowns in slasher history. Instead of simply running and fighting, Tommy psychologically manipulates Jason by shaving his head and triggering memories of Jason's childhood. It's clever, unsettling, and completely unexpected. When the final attack happens, it's shockingly brutal, showing just how pushed Tommy has been.
I also think it's very weird that every time they show his face, it's always different. I don't know how that can be, but like right here, his face is different, but then in like other ones, like he doesn't have his jaw like that. So I don't know. It's just I don't know how you can do that like make it different every single time.
Become. The moment stands out because it mixes intelligence with raw survival instinct. Jason may be nearly unstoppable, but Tommy proves that understanding your enemy can be just as powerful as fighting them head on. Chainsaw Showdown, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, 1986. One of the wildest and most insane moments in the movie is when the infamous Lord of the Harvest line is delivered, setting the stage for a full-blown chainsaw duel. Leatherface and Lefty go chainsaw to chainsaw in a memorable battle in true 80s style. This scene perfectly captures the sequel's darkly comedic, over-the-top tone whilst giving.
Now I know the original came out in the late 70s. Is Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, is that in the 80s? I guess I didn't realize that.
Fans one of the decade's most unforgettable hero versus monster moments. The combination of action, horror chaos, and sheer spectacle makes it an ultimate badass horror scene. Nancy Traps Freddy, A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1980.
Good pick in my opinion. Another one of my favorite series, I guess. Nightmare on Elm Street. You could probably pick any of them, honestly. Throughout like any of the movies. I think it all kind of. What am I trying to say? I think whichever one you pick, I think is obviously most some of them didn't happen in the 80s, some of them happened in the 90s, but I think you could pick anyone from the 80s and it would have the same effect, I guess. I think I'd pick probably the last fight from Dream Warriors. Personally, that's just me though. That's just my opinion.
4. Nancy's final stand against Freddy Krueger helped redefine what a final girl could be. Instead of waiting to be rescued, she builds traps, studies her enemy, and pulls Freddy into the real world where he can be hurt. The entire sequence feels like a strategic battle rather than a desperate escape. Nancy's confidence and determination completely flip the story's power balance.
I would also agree with that. I think Nancy as a character is probably one of the best final girls, I guess, in the history genre, I guess is what you'd say. Um she's just a really well written character, and I think it really helps um that Heather Langenkamp is a really good actor and really elevates that role, uh not only because of the writing but also her performance. I think it really helps. I think if anyone else was cast in that, I don't think it'd be as elevated as Heather did. Like as Heather made it, I guess would be what you'd want to say.
This moment becomes iconic because it proved horror protagonists could be proactive and clever. Nancy doesn't just survive Freddy, she challenges him on her own terms. MacReady's Blood Test, The Thing, 1982. Few horror scenes build tension as perfectly as MacReady's Blood Test. Surrounded by paranoia and mistrust, MacReady takes control of the situation with cold determination. The scene works because every character and the audience knows that one wrong move means death. When the test...
Another movie I have not seen, so I cannot give my opinion on it, obviously. But I've heard it's a pretty good movie. Probably one I should have seen by now, but I haven't yet. So I don't really have a lot to add to this one either, unfortunately.
Finally reveals who is infected, the explosion of horror is sudden and unforgettable. MacReady's calm authority, combined with the film's groundbreaking practical effects, makes this one of the most respected moments in horror history.
I will say that the obviously I've seen clips from it. and the practical effects that they have are really good. I think they're some of the best in horror, probably in this era. Um, and I hope horror keeps having practical effects and not trying to make everything CGI or anything like that, or even like AI now with all the AI stuff happening.
It's a perfect example of suspense transforming into pure chaos. Ripley takes on the Queen. Aliens, 1986.
Again, another really well written character. Um, that is really elevated by the actor playing that character. Um, and you can't really take anything away, obviously. Um, but I think again, just like with Heather Langenkamp being Nancy in the first and third and a couple other ones, Nightmare on Elm Street movies. If it was anybody else, I don't think that this character would be remembered as well as they are now. You know what I mean?
Ripley's final battle against the Alien Queen stands as one of the greatest showdowns in horror and sci-fi history. After everything she's survived, Ripley chooses to confront the Queen head-on to protect Newt, creating a moment driven by both courage and emotion. The power loader fight is visually spectacular, but what truly makes it legendary is Ripley's determination. She isn't just fighting to survive, she's fighting to end the threat completely. The scene perfectly captures the evolution of the final girl into a full-action hero, cementing Ripley as one of the most iconic characters of the entire decade.
I agree with that. I agree with that last part too.
Groovy. Evil Dead 2, 19...
Okay. I'm just gonna skip this last part. I do not care. I do not care about Evil Dead. I think Evil Dead is probably, and that's just my opinion, probably one of the worst horror movies. I've never really cared for it. So we're just gonna stop that video there. So if you're watching this later, we'll see you later, and that's the end of the segment for the live stream. So we're just gonna exit that now. Oh god, that was probably shit. If we're being honest, that was probably garbage because my Wi-Fi sucks. But that's okay. That's all right. Um, I have no idea. It's gonna be really hard to do reaction stuff to while I'm streaming probably, just because my computer kind of sucks and it's not the best computer ever. Um, but if you somehow like that, if you liked any of that, if you are not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit subscribe. Um, although I mean the drop frames still not bad, so not bad at all. We've only been streaming for about half an hour so far. Like me talking, it seems to be fine. It's once I introduce anything else, then it starts to be kind of wonky a little bit. Um, I don't really know at this moment. I'm not really sure what else to do because um, it's probably not going to be super good. I don't know. I don't know if TJ